Namaste, I'm Purvi Jayaaraaj. I'm an alternative medicine practitioner. I also work as a drugless therapist. My nature of work is handling people who are suffering with certain ailments which cannot be sufficiently evidenced with medical reports or any other sort of test, because they're usually suffering because of some ailment related to imbalance with your energy body. So this concept that physical ill health can occur not just because of some damage to the physical body, even due to some imbalance in their energy centers, in their aura, or in their subconscious mind, can also lead to a lot of mysterious physical, psychological, emotional problems, is unknown to many. So in my nature of work, I've been handling such specific cases, trying to make people understand that reasons behind their ill health could also be because of many reasons which probably a lot of sophisticated medical tests cannot identify. Few months back, a friend of mine referred to me about this machine called BioWell, where he told me that it is possible to give evident proof about existence of energy field, about imbalances of aura and imbalances in our energy centers, in chakras and etc. Because one of the challenges that I primarily face in my profession is to make people understand that they have an energy field, and also due to the damage or also due to the energy imbalance in that energy field, they can suffer a lot of ill health. As a therapist, as a clairvoyant, I am able to sense that imbalance in their energy, but to make people understand is definitely one of the big challenges for an alternative medicine practitioner. So when he told about this, I was a little excited. So I did my little research on internet, and I also read a couple of books about it. So I wanted to really know how genuine this is, because I've earlier heard about GDV machines. So I wanted to really know whether this is in par with the other machineries which state to show their energy field and defects in their aura and all that. So I approached him. The first thing he did was to take my photography. And apparently that day I had a bad toothache, which I hadn't shared with my friend then. So when he took my report, he said, every organ seems to be fine. There is sufficient energy in almost all your energy organs. But then I see some problem in your tooth. So I was just blown away, because the moment he took out the report, he started speaking about my toothache, of all the things in my body. And I had a terrible toothache then. So that pretty convinced me to go further and research more about it. So after we spoke to each other, and after he shared his experience with BioWell and things that were coming out in the reports which were miraculous, I was a little excited. So I got this machine down to my center, and it's been few months now, and I've at least generated 300 odd reports. And I must tell you that one of the best decisions that I've taken in my career is to purchase this, because there are so many clients that I meet every single day who come to me with this basic problem, that they have pain, they have ill health, they're suffering either psychologically or emotionally, but then they go through so many consecutive medical tests and it's not showing them any genuine reason or root cause behind their problem, because most of the tests turn out to be normal. So when they come here and I ask them to go through this photography, telling them that there could be reason in their spiritual body or in their chakra or in their imbalance in their prana flow or life force energy, they are a little convinced. So they go ahead with the report, and when we analyze it, many times even before they utter out their symptoms, I am able to analyze what exactly is wrong with them. I am able to tell them what sort of a pain or suffering they are going through. Most of the times I am even able to infer a lot of problems or issues where they just, they're so shocked or surprised, and after a couple of minutes they're like, how did you know this? I mean, I've done so many tests so far and nobody was able to actually get down to the root of what the issue was. So how is it possible? And complete thanks or gratitude goes to this BioWell, and definitely my decision of choosing this, because I have seen certain cases earlier wherein I have even suggested certain people to go for a medical test after this, just to make them believe that they have some issue which is denoted in this photography, BioWell Killian photography. Because I will just give you an example, because I've seen a lot of wonderful cases so far. But to just give you one of the examples, there was this client few months back who came to me, and he just came here for a photography out of curiosity to know how his chakras and his auric field was. when I got him tested, I found out that there was a major block in his heart center, and it was towards the physical side. So I told him, there must be some problem with your heart, so why don't you get your ECG done, go to a cardiologist and get yourself tested. He was a little skeptical, but then he thought, let me just give it a try. So he went for a ECG and finally found out there was definitely something wrong with his heart, and he's under treatment in our center right now. So this thing, that the report that comes out of the BioWell has been substantiated many a times, even through medical tests. And another thing that is specifically useful is pertaining to psychological issues, because as you guys know, there's so far no medical test or no state-of-the-art technology to capture something that's bothering your mind. So when they come for a test here, we are able to tell because of which damage in the auric field, or because of what aspect in the emotional center they are suffering. So we ask them to work on that specific aspect. Another very important thing that I have noticed, which has personally benefited me, is it makes my work very easy. Because when a client comes in, you're working completely through your intuition as a healer or a therapist. So when you take this report and you're substantiating your thoughts, your intuition and your messages that's flowing through with this report, which is showing you precisely what's wrong, it gives in more confidence for me, and I'm able to do a precise therapy on what really is wrong. So it has not just helped me, but also a lot of other people who are just so very happy that at least something is showing their problem, because there are many people who suffer because medical doctors wouldn't have identified what really is wrong, or they are treating them on trial and error basis. So this is sort of a major advantage for me, I must say. And the other thing that I have used BioWell is for pre and post report. For example, they come in with a list of issues, so just to see what really is wrong, how much of energy imbalance is there, and few other things, I ask them to go through a report. And after a month or two of treatment, I ask them to go for another report. So it gives us a precise idea as to how much of improvement has happened, whether the meditation that I've taught them or the therapy that I'm doing is really working on them or not. So the pre and post report especially has been extremely helpful for me. And to be very honest, so far I've generated, as I said, more than 300 reports, and there's not been a single report where I'm not satisfied or the client is not satisfied. And there are many incidences when client has told me that, if there is some energy imbalance in their rib cage or pelvic region, and the list of symptoms that they mention when they come here for treatment is not matching, I tell them there's some imbalance here, I don't know what it means, and they tell me, oh, 5 years back I met with an accident and this is what it's showing. So it makes so much of sense for the patient, more than me, I must say. So I'm completely satisfied, I'm absolutely happy, and I'm absolutely extremely happy about making this decision of taking BioWell. I must say, this is not just for a therapist or an alternative medicine practitioner or a healer. It's something that every single individual must have in their home, because this identifies the ill health much before it manifests on the physical body. So that's the best part about it. So you can probably alert your senses, do some meditation or practice something before it gets onto your physical body, or before you have to go for a surgery or popping up medicines. So I think it's a must buy for a layman too. And I'm extremely happy about this product, I must say.